Hey guys, how's it going? Dave Simpson Carpentry here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to change a blade on a circular saw. I've got two of my saws that I need new blades in, and it's been a question that's been coming up from a few of the first year apprentices on site lately, so I thought, might as well do it and show you guys how to do it if you do not know how to change a saw blade. So I've got two saws here I'm changing. First my Makita 235mm saw, and then I've also got my Dewalt Battery 54V saw, and they both have a slightly different way of changing the blade. It's similar in concept, but it's slightly different, so I'm just going to go through and show you how to change them both ways. So we'll start with my Dewalt battery saw here, and the first thing that you're always going to do when you're working on a tool is take off the battery. You don't want to accidentally turn the tool on while you're doing anything, lose any fingers, have an injury. Make sure you always take off the battery. Next thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower the base plate, give me as much room as I can to get in there to the blade. I'm going to lock that off, and in the back of this saw here, right at the back, I've got this little tool which I can use to change the blade. Some saws have little tools like these hidden around your saw. If not, you can use a shifter, which I'll show you when I'm changing the Makita blade over. Next, I'm going to find this little lever in here, and what this is a blade stop. If I push that in, rotate the blade a little bit, that's just going to stop me. I'm holding that down right now. That blade is not going to move at all. So while I'm holding that down there, I'm going to get my little tool, put it on the screw right in the middle of the saw blade, take off the tension, and then I'll be able to go the rest of the way and just finger loosen this little screw. Right now I'm just going to put this back on my saw here, we'll need it later. Just going to chuck it back in the back there, and that way I'll never lose it. So when I take the screw out of my saw, there's going to be two parts here. You're going to have your screw and then this little bit here, which is extremely important, so make sure you leave them nearby, you do not want to lose them. Next I'm going to pull the guard of the saw off, pick the blade up, and slide it out through the bottom of the base plate. Now I'm going to get my brand new blade. If you forgot which way the teeth are facing, it's not an issue at all. Every blade has just a clear silver metal side. The other side's going to have a brand name, a few safety instructions, a few bits and pieces, and that side's always going to be the side that you see when it's in the saw. So you're just going to keep it that way, come up through the base plate, slide it back into the saw, and sit on that little middle notch sticking out. Now some blades are different, but with the Dewalt one, it's not going to sit in there tightly and perfectly until we get this little bit here, put it back in. You might need to move it around a little bit, and then there you go, you'll hear that click and it's sitting right and tight there. Next I'm going to get my little screw, chuck the screw in, finger screw it as far as I can, and then I'm just going to get this little device back out. Give it a little twist while holding that saw stop. And now that is good to go. That is nice and tight in there. And I'm ready to cut with that. Now with my Makita saw, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lower this base plate down. I'm going to make sure that it is unplugged. I do not want any live tools while I'm working around with them. Next thing, I'm going to do the same and find that little button or lever in the saw which stops the blade from spinning. And this saw is just between the handle and the blade. I'm going to push that down, and that's going to stop my blade from spinning. This Makita saw too doesn't have any tool like the Dewalt one, any spanner like tool, so what I'm going to do is either grab a spanner or a shifter and set it to the right size to take off the screw in this saw. Same thing, I'm going to hold down that little lever right there and start unscrewing the screw in the middle. Once again, you're going to get two bits, exactly the same. Pocket that or put it somewhere nearby so you don't lose it. You're going to pull the safety all the way back and just slide that blade out through the base plate. With this Makita blade, as you can see, I've got one side here and it's got a logo, it's got some safety precautions, some writing on it. The back side too is just going to be blank. And that means we can have this side with everything on it, the colourful side, facing up, and that's the way the blade goes. It's going to pull back the safety once again, and we're going to slide this blade in through the bottom, up through the base plate. And this is going to sit nice and securely right there in the middle. I'm going to grab my two bits again, chuck that first one in, and that blade's nice and safe in there. And I'm going to get my screw and finger tight screw it as much as I can. And until I can't go anymore, I'm just going to go grab my shifter, Hold that blade still by pressing that little lever, and I'm just going to give it a couple more turns to make sure that blade's going nowhere. A good thing to do to make sure your blade is nice and secure too, if you push down that lever that stops the blade, if you can't spin the blade, it's in properly. If you push it down and you can still spin the blade, that means the blade's too loose and you still need to tighten it, or it's not sitting in your saw correctly. There you have it, as easy as it is, that's how you change a blade in circular saws. There's two different ones right there, pretty much the exact same thing to do anyway. If you've got a different branded saw, just follow these lines. It might be a little bit different on where your tool is or where your little lever is to stop the blade from spinning, but if you just have a little foot around with your saw, you'll be able to find it and you'll be able to change your blade. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and it was helpful, please leave a thumbs up down below. Catch you guys next time.